It begins in silence, not the silence of peace, not the silence of rest, but the silence that feels heavy, the kind that presses against your chest until every breath feels stolen, the kind that makes the air itself weigh like stone, the kind of silence that feels alive. And in that silence, something waits. At first, you don't see it. You stumble through the dark. You reach for walls that are not there. You search for shapes, for answers, for direction. And then, your eyes adjust. There it is. The door. It stands alone. No frame, no walls, no hinges that you can see. A door without a house. A door without a home. A door in the middle of nothing. It should feel ridiculous. It should feel meaningless. Just a door. And yet your heart tightens. Because deep inside, you know, this door is not ordinary. This door holds something. Something you have been chasing. Something you have been fearing. Something you cannot walk away from. So you step closer, slowly at first. Each foot heavy, echoing in the emptiness. The silence follows you. The darkness bends around you. And the door looms taller with every step. Finally, you stand before it. The surface is rough, ancient. Your fingers brush across it and you feel grooves like scars carved into wood. Marks left by others who came before you. People who knocked. People who pushed. People who never got through. You place your hand against it. Cold hard, and with a deep breath you push. Nothing. You lean into it with your shoulder. You slam it with your fists. You kick, you shove, you rage. Still nothing. The door does not move. Not even an inch. Not even a breath of sound. You step back panting, your heart racing, your hands shaking. It must be locked, you whisper. There must be a key. And so you search. You wander the void. Your eyes scan the ground for glimmers of metal. Your ears strain for the sound of rattling chains. Your fingers brush along emptiness, hoping to touch something solid, something real. But there is no key. There is nothing. Only the door. Only the silence. And still you return. You place your hands on it again. You push harder. You slam your fists until your knuckles bleed. You scream until your voice cracks. You demand, you beg, you plead. And then, a sound. Not the sound of wood. Not the sound of hinges. A whisper. Faint, distant, yet undeniable. You freeze. You lean closer. Your ear presses against the cold surface. And you hear it. The whispers, soft at first, but growing clearer the longer you listen. They call your name. They echo your thoughts. They twist your fears. You will never pass. You are not strong enough. You are not worthy. Stay here. And the more you listen, the heavier your chest becomes. Because deep inside you recognize the voices. They are yours. Every doubt you ever whispered to yourself. Every excuse you ever repeated. Every fear you ever buried. They live here. They breathe here. They guard the door. You fall to your knees. Tears sting your eyes. Your hands drop to your sides. Hopelessness seeps in. This door cannot be opened, you tell yourself. This is impossible. And still the whispers continue. Soft, relentless, unforgiving. Time begins to change. Minutes stretch into hours. Hours into days. Days into years. And yet the door remains. Unmoving. Unchanged. You age before it. Your hair grays. Your body weakens. Your spirit cracks. But the door does not move. And then just when you are about to surrender completely, a thought rises. A thought so small, so faint, you almost miss it. What if the door was never locked? Your breath catches. The silence shifts. The whispers pause. You rise to your feet, slowly, weakly, but with something new in your eyes. You place your hand against the door again, not with rage, not with fear, but with understanding. And then you pull. At first, nothing. But then, a crack. Tiny, fragile, almost invisible. But there, a sliver of light leaks through, so faint you might mistake it for imagination. But it is real. The whispers erupt. They scream in rage. Stop, stop now. You cannot survive beyond this door. But your hand tightens, and you pull again. The crack widens. The light spills further. The air shifts. And for the first time in forever, you breathe. The door begins to weaken. Not because you are stronger than before. Not because you suddenly gained power. But because you finally realized the prison was never the door. It was your fear. Every excuse you told yourself had built its weight. Every silence you chose had sealed it tighter. Every delay had locked it further. The door was never your enemy. It was your mirror. And the moment you chose truth, it began to break. You pull harder. The whispers scream louder. But they are weaker now. Their lies no longer hold weight. And then, the door shatters. The silence breaks. The shadows flee. And the light floods in. For the first time, you see beyond. Not emptiness. Not despair. But freedom. Life. Truth. And in that moment, you understand. The door was never meant to keep you out. It was meant to see how long you would wait. It was meant to test if you would choose fear or courage. It was meant to ask the question, how badly do you want to be free? The answer is not in the door. It was always in you. Now you stand on the threshold. Behind you, the void. Ahead of you, the unknown. The whispers fade, but their echo lingers. They will return. The door will return. Because fear has never gone forever. It waits. It watches. It builds. Every time you whisper, not today. Every time you choose silence over truth. Every time you surrender to doubt. The door begins to rebuild. That is why the battle is daily. Every sunrise brings another door. Because the longer you wait, the stronger the doors become. The longer you hesitate, the louder the whispers grow. And the longer you remain silent, the further your freedom slips away. So listen carefully. The door is here. It has always been here. It will always be here. The question is not if the door will open. The question is, will you open it?